Well, hi there, everybody. I come out here to my cousin's place. He just got a property with a barn and all that stuff here recently rather. And, so this is where we're keeping our horses now. Well, like I said, he just got the place not too long ago. And, of course, he inherited a few issues from the previous owner. Reminds me of another ranch I was at recently. How about that? But one of his problems is his water supply to the barn. And it's funneled through a well into a water heater, And one of the connections, whenever they put all this together, was bad. Now, I came out here to work on some other things, and then I realized, hey, I'm supposed to fix that water pipe. And then I realized, hey, I forgot a pipe wrench. Didn't happen to bring one. So, we're going to try something. This here is 3 pieces of leather. I'll put it up close for you. I braided them together. Don't ask me what kind of braid that is, because I really don't know. But whenever you braid things together, just like a stack of twigs compared to one twig, they get stronger, right? And then I left it in a bucket of water for about 10 minutes, because we know that porous materials such as leather and cotton and the like, they get stronger when they're wet. So we're going to try this out. We're going to try to tighten up a nut on a pipe with pieces of leather. And we're going to use, if I can find it in my pocket, we're going to use a crescent wrench as our lever to try to make this work. Now, I'm the only one out here. So what I did was I fixed on a magnet on the back of my phone, and I just had you stuck to that water pipe there. Just so everybody knows, this pipe right here, that vertical one, is what we're going after. Sorry, I can't see my phone. There you go, that one, that vertical pipe with the copper to PVC connection. I already took it apart and put some new plumber's tape on there. So right now I've got it hand tight. That's all it really is right now. Now I'm going to stick my phone up here on this hammer and got that levered in there. We're going to use our nifty little magnet to stick you right on there. Okay? Now, let's see if we can get a good look at that. That connection that we're going for. Let's see. There we go. Yeah. Having some problems with my homemade selfie stick here. Alright. And I don't own a manufactured selfie stick, so let's put those ideas to rest. So what I'm going to try here, I'm going to get this wrapped around here. And what we'll do is we're going to tie a knot into this braided piece of leather. Just a simple square knot ought to do the trick. Okay. I'm going to stick this crescent wrench in here and go to twisting to try to get this leather tied around that joint. While keeping the leather on the joint. There we go. Now we got our twist started. I don't know if y'all can see it, but that water is just wringing out of that leather. And that's what we want to see. That lets us know that our leather is still holding water and it's still soaked, thereby increasing our tensile strength. Alright, let's see if that's enough twists. I'm going to try not to block this with my hand too much. Again, if I had a camera person, it might make this whole thing a little more user-friendly. Alright, now we're going to use this crescent wrench as our lever to get this joint to move. And I don't know if y'all can see that. I believe you can. But it looks like it's sure as heck moving. get some of our... I made this leather string real long. I didn't want to cut any off, because if this breaks, I'm going to have to reuse it. That nut, that connection is sure moving. I believe our little idea here worked. How about that? Now, we're just going to keep going until we can't go anymore. Because like I said, I had it hand tight, and I don't know how good my hand really was. Alright, our leather started slipping, so what we'll do is we'll twist this on a little harder. Try to get a good grip on it. But yeah, he was saying that his water pipes were leaking. Me and Charles came in here and went to looking at it, and it wasn't actually the pipe that was busted. It was just this stuff here wasn't tight enough to keep it from leaking, so it was moving around a bit. We slipped off our joint, so we're gonna have to get resituated. There's not a lot of room to work because of all these other pipes, so our lever is catching on this. You see this pipe? Well, it comes down over to the side of your screen there. Alright, let's see about... I'm still not convinced that we're as tight as we can go, but we at least got a few rotations out of that. So what we're going to do is tighten up our leather and try it again. Now you see, I don't know how much y'all could see it move it. I'll know whenever I review this video later. But it did move, I'd say probably at least 1.5 rotations. So we'll tighten up our square knot a bit. So that we can maybe not have to twist our leather as much, because I don't know if y'all could see that either, but the leather was stretching, which we expect, it being leather and braided. I braided as tight as I could, but I was pretty sure I couldn't get it tight enough to where me yanking on it wasn't going to stretch it some. And if anybody's wondering, I've already tried it, and this little crescent wrench isn't big enough to actually fit on this joint. So that's why we're not using the crescent wrench. Alright, that's going to be real tight, so we're going to go ahead and make sure we're on the joint, because we're not going to get very many twists out of this one. Alright, let's go ahead and try this again. Let me get that leather string out of y'all's way. And just for the record, I have never tried this tactic before, but whenever I realized that I'd forgotten a pipe wrench, I went through the barn and just kind of looked at what I had. This leather string, for those of y'all at Cowboy, it's just like what you might get at Tractor Supply. It came in a big bag, an assortment of string, and it's what you might use to patch up tack or what have you around the barn. So That's all this is. Let's see. I'm kind of thinking we're as tight as we can get, but we're going to keep trying. Maybe a little bit tighter. No, I think that's about it. The leather is just slipping right off that joint. Alright. Now we come to the moment of truth. We're going to leave that leather on there for a minute. Alright. Now let's walk out to the water well and we'll see if we're going to turn this water on, and then we'll see if things still leak. If it is, well then I guess I'll just have to run to the house and get the pipe wrench out. Y'all can hear that water turning on. Should be able to. We're going to turn it all the way on. Now let's go see if we're leaking. Oh. And we're definitely leaking. Well, we'll chalk that up to a loss. It's on there, but damn it, I guess it ain't tight enough. Sorry about that, folks. Hey, folks. You might notice a little blip in the video. I just paused the video, and I got back to working on this thing. I couldn't keep the video running because the water was actually spraying at where I had the phone. So, yeah, this phone is nowhere near waterproof, and I couldn't do that. So there was a lapse in the video, and for that I apologize. However, I want you to look at something. That right there is a pipe that don't leak. We don't see any drippage, and everything's cool. As far as I can tell, we are fixed. And that right there is why you want TOS Industries to handle your range management solutions, because that right there was Cowboy MacGyver type stuff, and you're not going to find that with anybody else. So, y'all have a good one. Again, I'm sorry for the video lapse, but I got my last phone wet, and I just got this one a couple weeks ago. I can't do that no more. Alright, that was a big old headache, and nobody could get a hold of me for like a week and a half. So, again, I apologize for that. But y'all have a great one, and be